Daily price markup for Euro USD Friday the 13th. That's some date. So this is the daily chart. This is what it looks like. We are in a bearish trend. We've had a break of structure. After the break of structure, we can expect a pullback. Has the pullback commenced? We don't know for sure, but we've definitely had a bullish change of character, after which we can expect, the pullback to come a little deeper, maybe to this zone, and we come down from here, or at least a reaction, or maybe up to this zone and then come down. But a change of character signifies that perhaps the pullback has started. However, we don't know for sure unless at least we break an internal break, and if there's at least an internal break of structure, which I don't consider till we kind of break this. Some people might like to consider this not only as a change of character but also internal break of structure, but for me this will be a more significant structure to break to indicate that the daily pullback has commenced. So this is the daily. Moving on to the 4-hour. This is what my 4-hour looks like. We are clearly, there we go. So we are clearly bullish as far as the 4-hour is concerned, and that also makes sense because the daily we've had a bullish change of character, which on a lower time frame, which is, let's say, the 4-hourly time frame, could signify a break of structure, a bullish break of structure. So we've had a bullish break of structure, and after the break of structure, what can we expect? We can expect a pullback, and we pull down with a lot of momentum, as you can see, into this zone. Will I start immediately looking for longs from here? Well, I'm not too sure, given, the strong bearish momentum with which we've kind of come into this demand zone. So I'll be a little cautious looking for longs, but definitely, this is, we are in the discount. If I just take my fib, so we're definitely in the, discount of this zone. Of this leg, so it makes sense to kind of look for longs. On the 4-hour, how do we say that we can look for longs? Well, we need a strong liquidation, and we need to see, the point before the liquidation to fail, and then we can look for longs. But we don't have to wait for so long. We can always come down to the M15 and then have a look and form our opinions. So this is what the M15 looks like. And again, the M15, if you really look at it, is currently bearish. And why is that bearish? Because on the H4 we are playing the pullback. So maybe the pullback has happened and we've kind of finished this, or we could probably go even further down south and then continue. So again, just to get a grip of where we are, so this is our bullish break of structure, and after break of structure we expect the pullback. The pullback has commenced, which also makes the M15 bearish, which is making absolute sense. So I would now think that yes, the probably the H4 pullback is over, and we are ready to now take out this. However, the M15 is definitely bearish, so it makes sense to kind of look for shorts from here, or at least some reaction, from here, because also bear in mind that we are in a daily zone which is inside a nested 4-hour demand zone, which is inside a nested M15 zone. So this is a very high probable zone for looking for longs or total reversals, which can actually take this out. But yes, we'll just kind of tread with caution and see how things really play out. And as far as so this is where we are. So coming into London, what am I looking at? Well, I am looking at price to develop a little more. That's about it. Also, my dear friend ChatGPT, now with its enabled sense of vision, I again gave it 3 charts, and based on these 3 charts, this is what it has come up with. And it has said that, okay, on the daily chart, we are showing a prolonged downtrend with a recent bullish move, which makes absolute sense. And the pair seems to have recently bounced off a drawn demand zone. There is a daily demand zone that can act as a support level in the future. So, again, going back to the, sorry, how do I go to daily? Nope. Oops, sorry. What am I doing? Okay, forget it. So we see that, it is saying that there is a chance of price bouncing off from that zone. There's a fair value gap left behind. So you can see that it also takes into account ICT concepts. If the bullish momentum continues, we can see the pair attending to fill this gap. Then it breaks down the 4-hour. It also tells about, stuff like a Judas swing in this zone. It also takes into account the photon trading strategy, which is what I follow. This is the M15, and it takes into account break of structures, silver bullet, which is again an ICT concept, and so on and so forth. So yes, it says so on a broader scale, this pair is in a downtrend and has shown recent bullish signs. What are the recommendations? Well, the recommendations are that we can consider longs with targets at the upper regions of the fair value gap. This is on the daily. On the 4-hour and 15 minutes chart, be cautious of Judas swings, and so on. And then I said, okay, also give me, trade ideas. And it's given me some trade ideas where the entry, stop loss, and take profit should be for the bullish continuation, or if you're looking at a bearish reversal, or there's a long-term bullish breakout. So these weren't really 1:2 risk to reward. So I said, well, can you revise it so that we have at least a 1:2? And these are the 3 different trade ideas, which is actually pretty neat. And I've just kind of put them here. And this is what it says. So, possibly, I think what it's looking for is maybe something like this. And then we kind of go up and we kind of enter this zone, and then kind of maybe bounce around a little. And then, and then kind of come up further into, from here, just kind of continue this and maybe to the moon and back. So yeah, I think this is what it's kind of saying. So I've drawn these, and we'll see how price really plays out, and it would be a nice academic exercise to see if these zones or these recommendations actually play out or not. So I'm going to leave them on, and we'll wait and see how price action develops. All the best for the trading ahead.